Our executive editor, Brian Sozzi, is getting deep insights into the state of the tech industry at Goldman Sachs Communacopia and Technology Conference. He joins us now live on the scene. Brian, I know you've been busy. It's day 3 of this conference. You've had some big interviews. What are some of your biggest takeaways so far?
Going strong here, Rochelle. That is to say the very least. Lots of talk about AI, of course. In fact, my brain is just on overload from all things AI. I actually had to write some of these takeaways down so I didn't forget. First up, really, there's a lot of, I would say, Microsoft creep at this event. Microsoft, of course, has that big deal or partnership with OpenAI, and there is concern in the room really across 3 days on how deep and how far that relationship is going to go over time. And what does it mean, Rochelle, to companies like a Zoom and other players in cloud security that are having to compete with an increased or beefed up Microsoft and AI? So that's one. Number two, there is, I would say, a little bit less appetite to own big cap tech stocks here. And I think you're seeing in the market action by you guys today or overall in the market with Apple, you're seeing Apple under pressure here. There are concerns about higher interest rates and how far they may end up going, concerns about how tech ultimately compete effectively against China over the next few years. Now, all the panels here have been well attended. There's been a packed house, standing room only in many respects, depending on what company you are. But again, that appetite to buy the dip on some of these tech stocks, not necessarily there just yet. Again, that's just my interpretation of it. And then lastly, this is not a great time to be a tech company in a turnaround. And I look at the action, Michelle, yesterday in Peloton. I mean, they had a disastrous earnings report about a week and a half ago. The stock got slammed yesterday as CFO Liz Connington presented here at the Goldman Sachs conference. And she said really everything you don't want to hear from a tech company right now, thinking or saying that things are going to be a challenge to turn around at Peloton, more investment in personalization. And you got the sense from that presentation that a company like Peloton is going to struggle to turn itself around in a land of higher interest rates and a more cautious consumer, Rochelle.